Jodorowsky Del Topo is a beautiful and passionate story about purity, redemption, wearing black leather pants, incredible amount of necessary violence, subtle sexual allusions, and also it's about farm animals, none of which Jodorowsky wants to have sex with. And of course, it's one of the greatest movies of all time because John Lennon liked it, and John Lennon only appreciates fine arts. He liked it so much that he actually took part in distributing this movie. Too bad he's dead now. To understand the colossal and beautiful masterpiece of symbolism that is Del Topo, we need to fully embrace the diversity and depth of the symbols and metaphors of this movie. Son's story arc, for example, is a metaphor for the way the society makes children, which are clean, not clean. But the nakedness of the boy still symbolizes the clearness that is internal and you can keep only by being treated by those on who you depend the most. And it's absolutely not creepy at all that this boy is the director's son. And that's the director. That's the Jodorowsky. As visionary himself. The fact that the main role is played by the director himself might lead you to think that this is one of those personal movies, in which case scenes like these are supposed to represent how badass the director is. It's actually a symbol for the way society cannot destroy visionary, maybe? But the cattle in the scene surely is a symbol of how the director doesn't want to fuck animals. Those screaming people might seem like obnoxious and too theatrical actors, but they are actually a symbol for how everyone is a Hitler in this universe. Like, holy shit, they're raping fucking monks. Yes, we get it. Yes, they're bad, we get it. But actually, it doesn't have anything to do with Adolf. It's just a symbol of how church became ruined by greed and religion was literally raped by lowbrow bourgeoisie society. And it doesn't indicate that the director wants to fuck guys. No, it's just like all those half-naked beautiful young men Pasolini movies. They're just symbols. The lowbrow bourgeoisie society symbols are actually quite abundant in this movie. Just look at these savages. I bet they also cannot appreciate the creative and unique genius of a young theatrical director. The worst pleb is a powerful pleb, and we must remember that this movie is not a director's porn. Not a director's porn. Not porn, and also not an ego booster. And it's not porn. And it's not porn. And it's deep and meaningful. It's not porn. It's not a porn. Not porn. Broken English aside, and with all seriousness, this movie deserves respect, if not adoration. I didn't like this movie. I didn't like it in a way I despised the very beginning of Red Circle and the ghost dog background narration. For me, remember, for me, it's just trying too hard to be artistic. That's the problem I always had with Jodorowsky. He's more of a painter than a director, in a way that he always creates something new. And it's not always seems to be honest, a bit forced, in my opinion. I understand that deviation in arts is a natural form of evolution, and I appreciate movies that break canon, but if anything can be done tastefully and quote-unquote good, there is always be someone who will go overboard with it. Don't get me wrong, this movie has unbelievably beautiful shots, and some of the symbols Oro created are pretty interesting, to be honest. I understand why someone might like this movie, and hell, even love it. And if you actually spend time to reflect on this movie, it kinda becomes better. This movie is worth watching, if anything, for how different it is.